then we went down to the ground, I was blowing some more, and the next, I looked up and his whole head split open and he's just gushing blood everywhere. It was a sigh of relief.
I guess that's one way to put it. One of your
But then
fights
after
after.
that, it's just the more you get out there and fight and train or do whatever, the more comfortable you're going to be.
So do you feel more comfortable now that you're a couple fights in?
Yeah, 100 times more comfortable.
You had a fight against Mike Cook, and he was the guy that came down during his intro wearing a Rey Mysterio mask. How'd you take to that?
Well, I was kind of pissed because if you're going to buy merchandise for Word 3, at least buy mine. So that I can get a little bit of royalties from it. Don't buy somebody else's. I knew it had to happen sometime. It was that match, and then when I thought, Tim, he did the whole wrestling star kind of BS trying to get under my skin. So, I know it was going to happen. I know it's going to always happen. So, I don't even let it bother me.
So you had a fight shortly after that with Bob Sapp. So this is a guy that went on Jay Leno, and he demonstrated he can crush an apple with one hand, and you single-handedly stole the show. So talk about that fight.
Bob is Bob, man. Bob's one of those guys that's extremely dangerous to take that bit of danger away from you for a second if he's in a cage, and that's all I did. I mean, I knew he was going to come out and be swinging heavy blows, hard blows, but the minute I put him on his back, then it's going to be a whole different story. And that's what it was. He didn't want to have no part of it when we went down the ground. But I think if I fought him again, man, from knowing Bob, I know him now, I'd probably want to stand up with him a little bit. He's got some heavy blows, but I don't think he's as fast as needed to hit you.
Yeah, you could totally see where that fight was going when you got him on the ground. It was all Lashley from that point on, basically, 100%. Yep. So what about? I don't want to talk about it too in depth, but I got to touch on it. Your fight with Chad Griggs. So you got the loss, and you were on the shelf for a little while. And if you don't mind talking about it, health wise, what was going on after that fight, and how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling a lot better now. Here's a lot of things I had to get right with. I was dealing with a little bit of sickness at the time and had a little mono. But I mean, I went through a whole training camp, so I can't really blame anything but not really having myself prepared. But the bad thing about the match is I more lost that match than that's what I think, because it wasn't a case where I was being dominated and being stopped. It was a case where I was pretty much handling the entire match and just kind of ran out of gas. So that was my fault.
So is that something you're working on more, the endurance aspect of it?
No, because it wasn't really endurance. It was I came back and I was doing some work and everything like that, and just kind of pushing the endurance because I knew that nothing was, because I was doing great through camp. But when I went back, I really had to take some time off because I had a little case of mono, which kind of just sucked me back.
Right. So now you're 7-1, right?
Yeah.
What out of all the fights, which one would you say was the toughest challenge so far?
Toughest challenge. I really don't know, man, because the ones that I won pretty quick, so I didn't really see what the guy was capable of doing.
That's fair.
So I would probably say, there was one kid when from Titan fight. I forget the name. John, my opponent fell through once again right before my fight, and they had to put him in there as a replacement. When they put that kid in there, he was coming up 205, so he was smaller. He weighed in at 25.
Right.
As far as just the sheer toughness, that dude had tough. I mean, I've seen worse than I've seen anybody for the amount of time that I gave him. He just wouldn't give up. So talk about toughest person I fought, I would put him up there at the top.
So what's your next step? I mean, I know it's kind of the probably one of the most asked questions of you, but do you see something like UFC in your future? Is that one of your goals?
Yeah, man, we're open for everything right now. I'm here training, staying ready. So we don't really know what our move is right now. I know we have a few options that we're kind of looking at right now, and whatever it is, we're gonna run for it. I think my manager's talking to Strike Force a little bit to go back in there and do fight. I don't know what the deal is. I know that Nate asked elsewhere to come out in conversation. So I don't know. I'll find out within the next few weeks.
Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about you. So, I mean, I'd venture to say that you're not only the amazing athlete that we've all seen, but a pretty savvy businessman as well, right? You've got a gym, you got a website, right? How's that?
Yep. Oh, the gym is my pretty much consumes most of my time right now. The gym is something that I've always wanted to do. So I put a lot of my time and effort into it. The gym's going great. We just moved from a 10,000 square foot gym to 20,000 square foot location that has pretty much everything. Has a whole CrossFit section, has mats, has a couple boxing rings in there, another near cage. So we do cardio kickboxing, the kids classes, everything under the sun in that building. And it's going great. So the gym looks great. I'm actually going to be posting some pictures up on my gym website or my personal site. So if anybody wants to take a look, they can check it out there.
Yeah, what's the gym's website?
The gym site is attaltitude.com.
Okay, ATT
Or they
Altitude.
can go to I guess our Facebook commits Top Team Altitude. ATT Altitude.
Okay, and that's in your hometown in Colorado.
Yeah, well, it's in Aurora, Colorado.
Okay, you have any plans on maybe expanding out? Do you see something like that in the future?
Yeah, I mean, right now everything's going great with the gym. So if it keeps going the way it's going, then we'll look at possibly looking at another location down the road.
Awesome. So you mentioned the website, Bobby. Just before we wrap up, what's the best way for your fans to reach out to you? Are you a Twitter user, a Facebook?
Yeah, I try to do all of them. Let's say Twitter on Twitter under Fight Bobby. Probably be the best way.
Okay. And anything that you want to just throw out there, say to your fans?
I mean, just to keep up with me on the Twitter or on Facebook.com/FightBobby. Either one of those ways, I try to give all the information of what I'm doing, where I'm going. I'm actually doing a couple wrestling promotions, wrestling shots here within the next few months. So I'm going to be going to different areas, back on the road again. So I'll tweet and Facebook posts on where I'm going, and who I'm working for.
It sounds like you're firing on all cylinders, Bobby. It doesn't sound like it slows down for you.
Yeah.
So just like Bobby said, everybody remember you can follow Bobby on social media, Facebook.com/FightBobby, Twitter.com/FightBobby. You can follow Shark Fights online at Twitter.com/SharkFights. And don't forget, you can watch the very first airing of Bobby Lashley versus Carl Noth for the Shark Fights Championship. That'll be on December 30th, only on Fuel TV. So, Bobby, thank you so much for today, for being with us today, and the best of luck to you as you start defending the Shark Fights Championship.
My pleasure, man.
Well, there you have it. That was Bobby Lashley talking about his early career, his mixed martial arts career, and also giving us insight into his championship bout that is to be televised on Fuel TV. Don't forget to check it out on December 30th as he faces off with Carl Noth. That's going to be, again, December 30th on Fuel TV. Check your local listings or your cable or satellite provider for details. And make sure you check us out at 2xzone.com, home of The Edge, the best in pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. Check out the website, 2xzone.com. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/2xzone, or follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/2xzone. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.